take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. Years of harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that if you get your degree, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking.
Hey, Bulldogs, how's it going, everybody? We are live here at Docking Stadium, here at the campus of Adrian College. This is the MIAA quarterfinals of college women's soccer. A game tonight featuring the Albion College Britons and your Adrian College Bulldogs. The winner of this game tonight will advance to the semifinals to take on Calvin University. I am Forrest Vernier alongside Dakota Schneider. Thank you very much for joining us here tonight. Dakota, what are you expecting the most out of the Bulldogs and the Britons tonight?
Well, Forrest, for sure, the Britons coming in as what you would say as the underdogs, coming in with a record of 4-9-3 for the season, while the Bulldogs standing at an impressive 11-4-1. And like you said earlier, the winner of tonight's matchup will go on to face the Knights of Calvin University, currently standing at a very impressive 12-2-2 record for the season. I think it's going to be a very great matchup. The statistics line up on the side of Adrian, but both of these teams are here for a reason. And it's going to be a great game, and I hope to see some great sportsmanship and great playing along the night.
Thank you very much, Dakota. Well said there, too. Adrian College has definitely had an amazing season. Head coach Nathan Kronwetter has led them to successful moments, along with their new assistant coach, Marvin Dorchin, in his first year. And here we go, Britons and Bulldogs, MIAA quarterfinals. Just the start of things here in this first half, as the Bulldogs trying to get the ball early on the defense. Into the corner, there's Elise Fries trying to pass to Alana Earl. Now Kelsey Zoli, who has shown outstanding footwork all year, trying to get this one to go around Mia Sarnowski. So now here's Sydney Anderson, one of the two team captains. She'll be making the first throw in. Zoli with a good play, trying to find the opening. That one goes past Erica Fisher, and it's picked up by Michaela Holbein, who is the goalkeeper for the Britons tonight. The goalkeeper for Adrian College is Gabrielle Fallon Revels. There's a nice kick from Melanie Perney. Perney is a sophomore from Eaton Rapids, Michigan. And this first half, Dakota, it's all about both teams getting to know each other, both teams learning from each other, getting warmed up.
No doubt about that. And you can see right away the Britons coming very strong with an offense right off the bat, seeing that they kind of overwhelm the Bulldogs at every second they can, trying to evade giving them opportunities for passing and making room for themselves.
So now here's Revels, who will be making the first goal kick. And she does it very well, but Holman will kick it out of play. Holman, another one of our seniors. She is from Georgetown, Ontario. Now Holman makes the pass to Perney, and that's kicked out of play by Kelsey Green, the freshman from Cedar Springs, Michigan. Now here's Holman making the pass to the other team captain, Tegan Bergeron. Now Melanie Perney will make her first throw, and it bounces off Del Zacchio. We got two of the Britons players trying to guard her. So now here's Fisher making the throw-in. And it goes out of play.
Both teams really sticking to close quarters combat right now. It's going to take a lot, just like we're seeing right now, getting it away from that sideline, trying to make an advancement as they are now.
Now here's Del Zacchio making a good effort. Fosman leads the Bulldogs in goals scored. She has had the greatest year of her soccer career. And during the regular season, she stood alone in the league, leading the MIAA in goals scored. Now here's Leah Holman making the kick, and that'll be an easy play for Holbein as the kick did not get really good speed, which gave Holbein a good advantage to get to it when she could. Now here's Melody Purdy trying to take it back for the Bulldogs, and it's going to go out of bounds.
Looking at that last center that we just saw in front of the goal, it was a great play, great setup. Del Zacchio not quite able to get where she needed to be. Could have been a very crucial moment early in the game for the Bulldogs to take the lead.
Yeah, the Bulldogs had a tough night on Wednesday as they lost to Calvin, which that could be even more challenging if they do win tonight, Dakota.
Absolutely, but you know what they say, no matter the sport, it's hard to beat the same team twice in a row. So that could give the advantage to the Bulldogs if they make it forward.
Now remember last Saturday on their senior night, they won against Albion.
Absolutely. That was another great game. Lots of great back and forth. Very close one as well. I believe the final score was just 2-0 for the Bulldogs.
Yes, it was 2-0, and the goals were scored by Leah Holman and Anna Marie Fosman. Fun fact, Fosman's brother, Sammy, plays on the club baseball team. He's a good pitcher. So now the Britons showing their defense here. And here comes Fosman. Tried to steal it from Fabrizio, but she was able to close the gap and pass it to one of her teammates. So now this is Haley Campbell making the pass to Erica Fisher. Kicks it around Del Zacchio to Kelsey Green. Green doing a good job keeping it in play. Now here's Perney trying to get it. And it goes up onto the hill. It's just the start of things here at Docking Stadium. We are just a little over 5 minutes into this first half. So this is going to be the first corner kick as Kelsey Green will be kicking it from the corner. Making sure she has the momentum she needs. There's the kick. Who's going to get it? It's going to be Anderson who makes the header. Now here comes Zoli, who also makes a header. And Sarnowski makes the kick. And here's Del Zacchio trying to get to it before Sarnowski kicks it out of bounds. Now here's Melanie Perney. She will make another throw-in. It bounces in front of Bergeron. Makes the kick, and the play was intercepted by Halstead. Now here's Holman and Perney trying to get around Green. And just like that, Melanie Perney will have another throw-in. That one goes through Delzacchio. Now here's Zoli making a kick up in the air. Fosman going around a couple of the Britain players. But now here comes Green again, taking it back for Albion. But Perney refuses to let go of the ball. Green working her way before Bergeron kicks it out of bounds. No score just yet. And there's the throw in. That one was headed by Perney. Delzacchio with the good footwork, making the pass to Alana Earl. Alana Earl has had a great year as well. Earl has scored 4 goals this season. And now here's Fosman going around, and it's outside of the post. A terrific effort by Fosman, finding the opening, but just could not get the momentum that she wanted. But both teams still have a ton of time to get something going here. Now Alana Earl kicking it. Now Anderson having to maneuver around the Britons. And there's a line drive kick by Sarnowski. And Bergeron with a kick up in the air. That one's headed around Fosman. Now Delzacchio coming towards that was Fisher. As the sun is also shining really bright, almost right in our faces, Dakota.
Very true, but it has to be said it's a very beautiful night. What an amazing opportunity for some soccer. Clear blue skies, like you said, a very bright shining sun, giving us all some warmth with this very crisp 50 degrees out here.
Yes, it sure is a beautiful night. Blue clouds and also some cirrus clouds. And we wouldn't want it any other way.
Absolutely not.
Because I remember one game they had against St. Mary's. It was the one that had to get called off because of the lightning. But they made up that game, and they picked up where they left off on the time, and Anna Marie Fosman scored the only goal, and they beat the Bells 1-0. Now Kelsey Zoli makes the throw in, and there's the header. But Zoli makes a farther kick. Fosman going to have to move fast. But another pickup from Holbein. She's going to kick it back into play, and it's headed by Alana Earl. Here comes Fosman again. Yeah, good defense shown so far from the Britons.
No doubt about that, but also take notice. For about the last 3 minutes, at the very beginning of the half, like I had said before, that close quarters, the Britons were really taking advantage and dominating in that aspect. But for the last few minutes, the Bulldogs have really been trying to expand the reach, really hammering on that placement. That's why we've been able to see so many great advancements forward and opportunity to score. Sadly, not ones that have been able to been capitalized on, but nonetheless, the placement has been the key part for the Bulldogs trying to get this victory.
Couldn't agree with you more, Dakota. These are both very hard-working and dedicated teams. So now here comes a throw-in from Albion. So here's Haley Campbell finding Sarnowski and passes the ball to her. Now here's Fabrizio making the kick. Holman with a header. Now Zoli making a far kick. Holbein again will have easy access to the ball. She kicks it high and far, and it bounces in front of Sarnowski, who makes the kick. Now here's Green trying to find the opening, going around Perney and Freeze, but Anderson kicks it. The Albions take it back again. Now here's Revels. She'll make the play for the Bulldogs. So now Revels will kick the ball back into play for Adrian. And who's going to get this one? It bounces in front of Zoli and Fosman. And it's kicked by Sarnowski again. Now here comes Del Zacchio, another one of our seniors. And a far kick from Josie Huber. That ball bounces off of the seats. Perney will make another throw in. It bounces in front of Fosman. Fosman having to go around. And the kick is, that one ricochets right off of Fisher's foot. Now here's Holman. As she and Fisher bumped into each other for a moment, but they both get back up. So now Del Zacchio she'll be making the free kick.
Wasn't expecting to get a call there. It seemed to be purely incidental. But nonetheless, referees are down there for a reason. They have a better line of sight than us.
Bulldogs have a big chance here. Now Perney having to maneuver around, and Del Zacchio will have to come get it back. And it's going to roll out of play, and this time she'll have to do a throw-in. Who's she going to throw it to? It's going to be Holman. Holman still has the ball and makes a quick pass to Elise Freese. Now to Bergeron. Holman refuses to have the ball taken from her. Now Fosman making the kick, making the pass to Perney. Now here's Zoli and Del Zacchio again, and it's kicked out of play by Fisher. Fisher is a junior from Lake Orion, Michigan. Now Zoli making the pass to Del Zacchio. And Kelsey Green plays it off her knee. Zoli now making the pass to Del Zacchio. Fisher again showing just how important defense is. Melanie Perney, or excuse me, that's Emma Del Zacchio who just made the corner kick.
Big similarity I see between these teams. When it comes to the two corner kicks that we've had so far, both teams take a very back strategy, trying to get their players goal side, as it's very well known in the sport, within it, trying to be able to slip around. But both times it seems that it's either been not sent far enough or just a bit too far, not where the players have been expecting to go, kind of throwing off the plans.
As we are just a little over 15 minutes into this first half. And also, for those of you who are watching this broadcast at home, make sure to click on the red button, the one that says subscribe, and tap the bell for notifications. That way you will know whenever we are about to start streaming. So meanwhile, Haley Campbell has the ball for Albion. Josie Huber tries to get it before it rolls out of bounds. So now Fisher will make the throw-in. Albion still has it, trying to make their way toward the goal. But now Leah Holman kicks it past Del Zacchio. Fisher will make another throw-in. The header from Del Zacchio. Fisher will have to try again. Zacchio to Purney, who kicks it around Fisher. And now Halstead's got it. And Revel's doing an outstanding job keeping an eye on the ball as it went by the post.
You know, that was a very great shot. It had the line just set a little, few more degrees to the right than probably was anticipated. But seeing the curve of the line through the air really kind of made it unexpected, especially for a goalkeeper to tell where it's going to go. Would have been an excellent shot if it had been on target.
Yeah, it all depends on where you are, when you kick it, and how you kick it in. So here comes Leah Holman having good footwork, and now Zoli, and it's taken from her by Mia Crawford. And now Zoli will make the throw-in. Zoli makes the throw-in. Now here's Fosman. That one gets by Zoli, and she's going to have to try again. There's another throw-in. Now here's Alana Earl. Crawford kicks it out of bounds again. Zoli about to make her third consecutive throw-in. This time it's Josie Huber passing it to Sydney Anderson. Now here's Fosman trying to find the opening, and it's kicked far from the Britons. And now here's the header. Here comes Elise Fries. Now here's Josie Huber. She kicks that one around Haley Campbell. That one goes through Purney. Purney will make the pass to Bergeron. Now Josie Huber, the line drive kick. It's quickly stopped by Halstead as Leah Holman almost had it taken from her, but the Britons making good footwork, getting the ball to each other. So we are just about 20 minutes into this first half. No score just yet from either team because, like I mentioned before, this first half is just about getting to know each other. But now here's Revels. But a good save from Bergeron. That was close, Dakota. That was very close.
No doubt about it, but Bergeron coming in with the great instincts. Speaking as a former defensive player, one of the biggest things you are taught in that position, when in doubt, kick it out. Doesn't matter what direction, as long as it does not get in the back of that net, you are doing your job.
Absolutely, Dakota. And there's moments where you have to help out your goalkeeper.
No doubt. A lot of the time, whenever in between halves or even during practices, one of the biggest discussions is no matter how many times that goal is scored, it's not just on the defense, it's not just on the offense, it's not even just on the keeper. It is a whole team effort. If one player fails, the entire team fails.
Yeah, all the work cannot come from just one person. And in fact, it's always good to have the work come from everyone, to have everyone put in that hard work and dedication and effort, and that's what I've seen from the Bulldogs all season. Now there's the header from number 24, Brooke McNabb. Now Kelsey Zoli. Now Leah Holman trying to kick it back to Zoli. So now here's Sarnowski, kicks it out of play around Zoli. So yeah, the Britons are head coached by Ron Rainey in his second season, assisted by Justin Dacey and Beth Kendrick. Team manager Alex Hayes. And their athletic trainer is Infinity Rogers. And that's excellent footwork by Kelsey Green, getting the ball around Del Zacchio, now around Purney. Green has a good chance here for the Britons. And Bergeron doing a great job guarding her now. And now she makes the line drive kick. making the pass to Del Zacchio before it's kicked out of play by Erica Fisher. So now here's a fun fact. The Britons athletic trainer Infinity Rogers actually graduated from Sand Creek High School, the same school I went to. And she has a twin sister named Destiny, who works here at Adrian. That one goes out of bounds again. Now here's Melanie Perney. Perney has made several throw-ins already for the Bulldogs. That one's still out of bounds. This time it will be the Britons' Erica Fisher makes the throw-in, played by Mia Crawford. Now to Haley Campbell. Crawford has that taken from her by Elise Fries. Now Josie Huber trying to get to it quick. Huber has the ball, kicks, and it's stopped again by Holbein. What an outstanding effort there from Josie Huber.
Huber with having just great both placement and positioning, making sure to keep herself just barely still onside, keeping herself in line with the defense just until the last second, getting that shot off. Apparently so well done that the goalkeeper dropped it, and luckily enough there wasn't, at least for the Britons, there wasn't someone for the rebound.
Now Huber has the ball again. Now this time Huber stumbles, but Halstad helps her back up. Now Bergeron, and the referee blows the whistle. So Bergeron will make the free kick, and there it is. And there's the header from Campbell. Huber having to go around Halstead. Del Zacchio gonna have to go around Fabrizio. Fosman with the kick. Coming to get this one is Fisher, who passes it over to the goalkeeper Holbein. Holbein kicking it back into play. Fabrizio kicking it. The ball goes around Huber and Campbell. Now Anderson gonna have to play defense. Now Elajeski with the kick. And it bounces off of Fries. Now Zoli taking her time with the ball. The Albions get to it quick. And now Revels does it again.
Great call out from Revels. You could even hear it here in the broadcast booth, using her loud voice saying, "That is mine, that is mine." That's a great way to be able to lead that defense, always making sure you're calling for it, because when you are in the back where the goalkeeper always is, you have the best eye of the situation 9 times out of 10. So being able to have the gall to make those calls is really important to your position.
So now here's Leah Holman trying to get it going for the Bulldogs. But Holbein sees it and takes it. As we have about 19 minutes left in this first half, still no score from either team. This is the MIAA quarterfinals. The winner will move on to take on Calvin University. That was an outstanding kick there by Fabrizio. Crawford takes it from Fries. And that one's kicked. That one goes outside the post. So now instead of Revels making the kick, it will be Bergeron. Bergeron, that kick had the ball. The ball had a great distance. That one goes over Fosman. Now over Freeze. Bergeron with another kick. Now Leah Holman playing good defense there for the Adrian Bulldogs. So here's Melanie Perney. She will make another throw in. And that one's headed by Del Zacchio. Perney passing it to Bergeron. And it's going to go out of bounds. That one almost went to the bleachers. And Fisher makes the throw in. So now here's Crawford. The pass to Gorno. Claire Gorno leads the Britons in goals scored. Along with Cece Irwin. And we could be moments away from getting a substitute for the Bulldogs. That's number 14, Bree Akins. Waiting for Nathan Kronwetter to send her in. And here she comes. Bree Akins will substitute for Emma Del Zacchio. Akins is a sophomore from Rochester, Minnesota.
I could be very mistaken, but look at for this very next throw-in that we're seeing, it looked like it almost bounced off the arm of Ella Jeske as it went out of bounds. And seeing how the refs have been very close on the call that they have made so far, I'm kind of surprised we didn't get a handball on that one just with the impact. I could be mistaken. It happened very quick, but from what I saw.
And Fosman scores! It's 1-0 Adrian College! Let Bruiser paw print that one on the board! The Bulldogs take the lead here in the quarterfinals.
Placement and positioning. That's what I've been preaching all night, Forrest. And the Bulldogs keep on keeping on, getting themselves forward all the way into the corner even, getting that great positioning, placement forward up to the strikers where it needs to be, and finishing and capitalizing on all the great opportunities. Loving to see it.
Absolutely, Dakota. She found all the room that she needed, saw the opening, kicked, and that was a clean goal. It is the first postseason goal. That's her first ever postseason goal.
You'll even notice Fosman usually being seen on the right side for the strikers, but actually was on the complete other opposite side on the left.
Now here's Kelsey Zoli. That one goes by Akins. It'll be picked up by the ball boy. And he'll give it to Fisher. And she will make the throw in. There's the throw in. That one goes over Akins. I think that one just barely touched her head. And now there's the header from Brooke McNabb. That one goes by Holman and Akins. So here's Melanie Perney. She'll make another throw in. That one bounces in front of Akins. And it goes out of bounds again. This time Fisher will throw it in for the Britons. And there's the header from Perney. And Holman kicks it out of bounds. Fisher with another throw in. Campbell passing it back to Fisher.
Adrian College goal. An assist to number 7, Sydney Anderson.
And we are just getting word that Anna Marie Fosman's goal was assisted by one of the team captains, Sydney Anderson. Kelsey Zoli makes the pass to Leah Holman. Now here's Akins kicking it around Fisher, making the pass to Zoli, who kicks it. And that one was close, as it was stopped by Holbein.
Great eye by Holbein there. Once again, the trajectory and curvature of the ball within the air often makes it so unpredictable for these keepers. So being able to keep your eye on it constantly and be able to kind of expect where it's going, once again, just another great quality to have in that position.
Now Zoli trying again. It is kicked again. And another one. It's 2-0 Bulldogs. I believe that was Josie Huber that scored.
Take another look at it.
Now let's watch what happened here. Zoli having the good footwork. No, that was Alana Earl. That was Alana Earl who scored. She had 4 goals in the regular season. What a start for Adrian College. Goals scored by Anna Marie Fosman and Alana Earl. They lead 2-0 here in this quarterfinal game.
Biggest thing to note off that goal, Forrest, is rebound. And once again, what comes with rebound? Positioning. She was right where she needed to be at the right time, being able to expect exactly where the ball was going to deflect off of the defense, getting a great rebounding goal.
And Kelsey Zoli, we are just getting word that she made the assist and helped Alana Earl score the second goal of the night for Adrian College. 13 minutes left to go in this first half. And now here's Bree Akins having to trying to go around, but not before the Britons get it back. Now Anderson with the kick. That one's kicked around Huber by Brooke McNabb. That one's thrown in by Perney. Huber kicking it around Fisher. Now here comes Zoli trying to get it. And Fisher will let it roll out of bounds. Now she will make the throw in. That one's, and now Fosman again. Now here's Josie Huber making the pass over to Melanie Perney. Perney kicking it around Cece Irwin, who just entered into this game. Irwin is substituting for Ella Jeske. Fries kicking it around Gorno. And Fries getting good momentum. Anderson kicking it around Campbell. That one went by Fosman. And Sarnowski makes that one go around Holman. Revels keeping now Dakota, you could see Revels keeping an eye on the ball very consistently.
And you also take notice, she is almost practically giving the goalpost a hug. It's very important to be able to kind of cut off that angle, especially so deep in the right corner over there. From all the way out there and so close to the back line, it's hard to be able to get such an angle unless you have some sort of curve to your kick.
That one bounces in front of Zoli. Fabrizio. But Zoli hangs on. Fosman with the kick. And this will be an easy play for Holbein as she kicks it back in play. There's a line drive kick. Now Gorno making the pass to O'Connell. O'Connell also making her first appearance. Now Zoli having to maneuver around. Now here comes Brianna Akins. She has a chance. Now Alana Earl. That one's taken from her by Crawford. Anderson went for the kick but missed. Now here comes Perney and Irwin racing for it. Who's going to get to it first? It looks like it will be Irwin, but it will go out of bounds. 9:40 left in this first half, and here comes Sam DeKunik and Elise Johnson for the Bulldogs. They will be substituting for Alana Earl and Leah Holman as they make their way towards the sidelines. Being greeted by Kronwetter and Dorchin. Now getting high fives from the rest of their teammates. That one goes around Elise Johnson. Now here's Fisher kicking it around Akins. And Perney's going to have to throw it in again. And there's the header by Campbell. Now, what a first half it has been for Adrian College, but they are not out of the woods yet because they will still have another 45 minutes to play in the second. So now here's Sam DeKunik having to go around Crawford. But Zoli making the stop before it goes out of bounds. She'll make the pass to Anderson. Now Anderson will have to make another throw-in. That one goes by DeKunik. Now here's Zoli making the kick. Here comes Akins. And it's out of bounds. And so Holbein will have to kick it back into play for the Britons. That one went by Akins. Perney showing some defense. That one was played by Fabrizio. Perney will be making another throw-in. Who's she going to throw it to? It's going to be DeKunik, and it's taken by Crawford, and Perney will let it roll out of bounds. Perney will have to try again with another throw-in, and Huber kicks it to Zoli. She was being guarded by Irwin and O'Connell.
Albion trying to ramp up the intensity like we had seen before in the first few minutes of play, always trying to at least overwhelm that one person with the ball, cutting off their passage for passing. But obviously kind of taking it a bit too much, knocking the offense down. It's always very tricky to be able to decide how hard and how intense you need to be in this sport.
Now here's Bergeron making the kick, and there's the header. Now Fosman with a header. Fosman taking her time with the ball as Fabrizio makes it go out of bounds. So now here's Josie Huber as she'll be doing the kick from the corner. Now here's Melanie Perney. Now who's going to get it? It's going to be Freese with the header. But the Britons helping out their goalkeeper, Holbein. And now here's Perney and O'Connell racing for it. Perney gets to it first. And Fisher has the ball, makes the throw in. That one goes over Johnson, kicked by Bergeron. And that was a good header by Halstead. DeKunik with a line drive kick. Here comes Zoli. She's going to have to go around Fisher. And she does. She's trying to find the opening. And Fosman had it, but the gap was closed by Fisher. And she's going to try it again. And it goes around the post. Akins was almost there, Dakota.
She was, but you also have to be very careful. I think if she had made contact with that ball, she could have very well been called offsides. She had a very good lead coming up to the pass, but it almost seemed she had passed that line of sides.
Yeah, I can agree with you on that, Dakota. So now the Britons had it, but just like that, the Bulldogs trying to make their way. Zoli with the kick. And that one did not go in. It went over the crossbar, and it made contact with the outside of the netting. And Purdy makes the play off her shoulder. And that's a header from Irwin. And that one's going to go out of bounds. And Fisher makes the throw in. Now here's Bergeron trying to guard Irwin. Bulldogs doing a good job on their defense here as the clock is ticking here in this first half. Fisher with another throw in. And that was the header from O'Connell. Bergeron with the kick for the Britons. Trying to get the ball back. Zoli kicks it around Halstead. Fosman now guarding Fabrizio. So now here comes Akins again, making her way toward the goal as Holbein prevents it from going in. Now it's kicked around Anderson. Now Crawford making good footwork. She's moving really fast with the ball before Bergeron steals it. And now Zoli maneuvers around Fisher. And it's going to go out of bounds. So now Fisher will be making another throw in for the Britons. There's a throw in. Who's going to get it? It's played by O'Connell before Bergeron kicks it. And Fosman will make it go out of bounds. So now Zoli makes the throw in, passing it to Fosman. Fosman will have to pass it to Purney. Purney kicks it around Irwin. Now Huber. That was great footwork with the ball by Huber.
You took the words right out of my mouth, Forrest. Just knowing that she had so many different opponents on each side of her, constantly keeping at least 1 foot on the ball, taking advantage of all 360 degrees. That was just fantastic. No other way to describe it.
Yeah, absolutely, Dakota. Now Fisher with another throw in. Elise Johnson trying to make the play. Goes out of bounds again. 1:20 left here in this first half. The Bulldogs have a 2-0 lead on goals scored by Fosman and Earl. Assists were made by Anderson and Zoli, respectively. Now here's DeKunik. DeKunik struggling a little with the ball, but makes the pass to Zoli. Now we are under a minute as Elise Fries makes the pass to Akins, who kicks it back to Anderson. And O'Connell intercepting the play. And there's the header by McNabb. That one goes over DeKunik. That one goes right under Anderson's foot. Huber stumbles, but gets back up. Huber with a long kick.
Like you had just said, that little stumble out there about at the 30-yard line. You heard a few upset fans here in the stands, but if you look at it closely, there was no foul play there. All intent was on the ball, so there really was no need for a call at all.
So now DeKunik now makes the pass to Zoli. Clock winding down. DeKunik with the kick. And we are out of time in this first half, but the Adrian College Bulldogs take a 2-0 lead as Anna Marie Fosman and Alana Earl score both goals. They make it 2-0. But we will have another 45 minutes left in the second half coming up We're going to take a 15-minute break, but we'll be right back for more Bulldog soccer from Dakota Schneider and Forrest Vernier. This is the home of Adrian College Sports.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth, introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time that you will always look back on as special years, never experienced before you arrive today, and never replicated after you graduate.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
You have earned the right to be here through endless nights of studying, testing, writing, and dedication to learning. The diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person, learned in the arts and sciences, and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment.
Now, as you face the world outside this academic haven, the concept of courage must not be left behind in your textbooks. It should be as alive in you today as your ambition to change the world for the better.
We were all born to be a Bulldog. Life drew us to this school, these people, and this tiny town. You were meant to be here to make a difference and to grow within yourself for the better. But what does it mean to truly be a Bulldog? Well, to scratch the surface, the students of Adrian College are anything but ordinary. The pride, grit, perseverance, and passion is absolutely unmatched. Good luck and congratulations, class of 2024. And know that today is yet another Bulldog victory.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the Communication Arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today. Welcome to Adrian, Michigan. We're located in a proud college town. Adrian College is situated just 45 minutes from Ann Arbor, Detroit, and Toledo. We're very excited to show you just a little bit of what AC has to offer. This is the gateway to our campus. Welcome to the place that we believe will change the rest of your life. AC features one of the most well-rounded educational experiences in the country. We offer over 60 different academic majors and 10 academic institutes, as well as dozens of student organizations. Year after year, we've been ranked as one of the nation's best colleges, including being one of the most innovative institutions in the U.S. for our medical programs. Our campus is simply beautiful. Our student-to-faculty ratio is an incredible 13-to-1. That means more attention for you and a much better overall learning environment. We know how to put together an education that is life-changing, and these are just some of the highlights. From our Communication Arts program, to our many performing arts, to the home of business on campus, to our sciences and medical studies, we have the spaces where you can grow into the professional that you want to become. Our first-year student experience is award-winning. You'll make lifelong friends here, meet mentors, and maybe even meet that special someone. The Kane Student Center is open 24 hours a day, and there's a lot going on here. The Bulldog Beanery has all of your hot drinks. Pause and Go is our on-campus convenience store. The bookstore is where you'll get all of your Bulldog gear, and you can just hang out and study in the skyboxes. Not far away is the Shipman Library. The Shipman has quiet, relaxing spaces for you to study in. You can check out books from thousands of libraries around the country, and the Shipman is open 24 hours as well for your convenience. There are hundreds of learning opportunities on campus. In addition to the arts and beautiful facilities, Adrian College is known for its athletic programs. There is nothing like a Saturday game day here in Adrian. The Bulldog football team are 11-time MIAA champions. At Docking Stadium, fans watch soccer, lacrosse, football, and more. Just a few hundred yards away, Adrian College's basketball teams compete. In addition to basketball, fans can enjoy wrestling, acro and tumbling, and volleyball here. We also have a state-of-the-art weight room available to all of our students. When things heat up too much on campus, you can cool off with our ice sports. Our NCAA ice hockey teams are constantly battling in the national playoffs. Just a quick walk down the service drive, we feature one of the best baseball and softball programs in the nation at our level. Soon you'll be able to cross the street and watch men's and women's rugby take to the pitch as well. Our rowing, crew, and top-ranked bass fishing programs compete out of the Adrian College Boathouse, a gorgeous facility just a 15-minute drive north on Devil's Lake. Our students know how to relax in their downtime. When they're not out and about, we have dozens of housing options on campus. With apartments right in the mix of things, you can pick what works best for you. We've also recently renovated a few of our housing options. Adrian College is a Methodist-affiliated institution that has been changing lives since 1859. The modern liberal arts education offered by our faculty is unrivaled. We can't wait to have you on campus and show you around. Visit adrian.edu to schedule a full campus visit today. We'll see you soon.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
Continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. 161 years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that if you get your degree, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week.
And we are live once again from Docking Stadium. This is the MIAA quarterfinals between the Albion Britons and your Adrian College Bulldogs. I'm Forrest Vernier along with Dakota Schneider. And Dakota, during our break, you mentioned quite a bit of things that really stood out to you during this first half. What do you have to say?
Well, I think there's a couple of things that both of these teams are doing very well, and also things that they could learn upon. Soccer is a very much of a game where it is adaptability. First thing I mentioned is the sideline play. We've been getting a lot of throw-ins, a lot of very close calls with the ball. This is where Albion has been dominating in a lot of different aspects. They've been taking that close quarters and being able to maneuver it around, move it down and up the sideline exactly where they want it. However, when Adrian then tries to play the long game, sending it over into the center, trying to get, again, that positioning and that placement, that's where Albion begins to kind of fall down. So I believe if Albion can take that close quarters readiness and move it into the center and keep cutting off all those opportunities, they're going to be able to get themselves onto the scoreboard and even possibly take the lead. However, I also feel that the Bulldogs could have been higher on the scoreboard than they are currently. There's been a lot of opportunities that they've had, especially with their free kicks, where they take too much time kind of settling the ball and getting themselves prepared to take the shot. there's a lot of times where they took 1, 2, even 3 too many touches, wasting down the clock and their time between when the defense reaches the offense. If they can just get the quick, ready-to-go shots off, I think they could extend their lead even higher than they are now.
Well spoken, Dakota, and that was great examples of what these teams have learned from each other in this first half. As we are just getting things started here in the second. The Bulldogs have an outstanding start, leading 2-0. And both teams, since it's the second half, they've also switched directions for where they are supposed to score. And that was kicked by Holbein. There's another kick from Sarnowski. And now here's Perney passing it to Huber. Bergeron with the line drive kick. That one goes around Fabrizio. But she makes sure that she gives it to her goalkeeper. Del Zacchio went for the kick. But instead it's the Albions. Or excuse me, it's the Britons, the Albion Britons who make it go out of bounds. Holman stumbles a little on the play, but gets back up. And now Freese puts it back in. And now here comes Zoli and Sarnowski racing for it, but Sarnowski, who gets to it first, goes through Anderson. Freese kicking it around Jeske. Now here's Josie Huber. Freese making the pass to Anderson. And the play is intercepted by Crawford. Freese with another line drive kick. Sarnowski doing a good job keeping it in play. But Alana Earl makes the header. Freese. Holman went for the header, but she missed. Fabrizio with the kick. That one's going to bounce in front of Green. Now Bergeron makes the kick, passing it to Fisher. Now to Green again. Here comes Purdy. That one's headed toward the corner, but it goes past the line. So it will be Erica Fisher. She will be making the throw-in for the Britons. So here's Campbell having to go around Perney. And Revels keeping a great eye on the ball. But she'll have to pick it up and put it back into play for the Bulldogs as she puts it in the appropriate position for the goal kick. This will be her first one of this second half. And here it is. Not much altitude on the ball, but it went a good distance. And Crawford going around Zoli. So now Halstead passing it to Sarnowski. So here comes McNabb having to kick around Fosman. Jeske trying to keep it in play, but it ricochets off of Anderson. So now Sarnowski will make the throw-in for the Britons. So we are just a little over 5 minutes into this second half.
Lots of fans out here calling for a handball after that altercation.
Yeah, you'll notice that because one of the important rules in soccer is that unless if you're making the throw-in or if you're the goalkeeper, you cannot touch the ball with your hands.
That'll be the second time in this game so far, in my opinion, that I think there should have probably been a call there.
So now here's another throw-in from the Britons. That one's kicked by Huber. Anderson with a good header. And now Zoli with the good footwork. And she's moving really fast. But she gets to it first. So now here's Fosman. She'll have to go around McNabb. Fosman kicks. And that one was close. A fantastic effort there by Fosman, but it's stopped by Holbein. Now the way that I see things happening, Dakota, here's what I feel like the outcomes could be. Either the Bulldogs could cling on to their 2-0 lead, or they could make an extension to it, try to get in another goal or two. Or meanwhile you got the Britons who have plenty of time to get things going, to possibly tie it up and turn things around and take the lead.
There's so many different ways you could look at it, Forrest. Getting so many different great examples of just how these teams are learning off of each other. It's a constant battle of the mind over the body. And you're right, they could cling on to the lead, they could extend it, but I feel like if these Britons keep on anticipating what's happening, expecting the unexpected, and learning from all of these unfortunate outcomes that they've experienced, they have a very good chance of turning the tides. They still have over 30 minutes left in play, and it took Adrian the entirety of the 45 to get the first two, so you never know what could happen.
Absolutely. You never know what could happen, and that's why you never want to get comfortable even though you have a lead. Even if you have it by, like, let's just say even if they were leading by 4 goals, you cannot get comfortable just yet, because you never know what your opponent will have in store for you. So now here's Sydney Anderson making the throw in. Fosman will have to pass it back to Anderson. Makes the kick. Now here's Fabrizio. Making a smart play, getting it to her goalkeeper. As it looked like the ball took kind of a curve there on the kick. And there's the header from Alana Earl. Now here comes Fosman making her way toward the goal. Now it's Zoli, who could not get the contact that she wanted.
That one was a lot more of the kind of, not the anticipation, the form that she took on it. She kind of came around with her right leg, almost like a baseball bat, kind of going in a circular motion instead of just straight forward driving at the goal.
Yeah, absolutely, Dakota. And as you can see right there, Zoli, her footwork there, it's definitely, I feel like Zoli's footwork with the ball is overall, it's pretty consistent. The way she moves it around, the way she maneuvers it around other players, passing it to her teammates. So now here's the Britons. Revels will have to hurry, and she slides and makes the kick. Revels will have to go get it now.
Very risky play coming from Revels. Great call coming out of her box almost and sliding into the ball. But it makes me very nervous to see the amount of time that it took her to get up and get back to her goal, especially with how much offense was right there ready for the rebound.
So now here's Bergeron, who will make the kick. That one goes over Holman. Bounces up in front of Fosman. Now Holman makes the pass to Zoli. Now Zoli. And now the Britons now have the upper hand on the ball, but not before Perney gets to it quick. And now times where I've said before where games can be back and forth on the defense. Now what I mean by that, Dakota, is one second or within 5 seconds the Bulldogs could have the ball, but then the next second the Albions get to it pretty quick as Revels took a tumble there getting to the ball. The official checking on her, making sure she's okay. So now Revels will make the goal kick for the Bulldogs. And it's going to be the Britons who claim it. Not before Anderson makes the line drive kick. There's another one. And now Anderson's going to have to hurry. But Anderson stumbles. But Ella Jeske helps her up. And the card goes up.
Right call coming from the referee. It's at that point when you are rushing that far ahead and you know that that ball is going to go out of bounds, you can't keep charging like that, especially coming from behind another player. It's really on you to be able to keep aware of your surroundings like that. And I'm not surprised at all with that card being thrown up.
No, I'm not surprised about it either. So now here's Bergeron, who will be making the kick. Bergeron taking her time, getting the momentum that she needs, and there's the kick. Who's going to get to it? And it's going to bounce in front of Zoli, who gets to it first. Zoli again showing the outstanding footwork, but Crawford kicks it away from her, making it go out of bounds. And now Anderson makes the throw in to Bergeron to Fries. And now Zoli has it. Zoli now making the pass to Josie Huber. Now to Anderson, who quickly kicks it around Jeske. Now it's kicked away from Fosman by Fabrizio. So here's Anderson, makes the throw in to Fries. Fries with the line drive kick. Now it's Fosman, who's being guarded by McNabb and Crawford. Now Elise Fries. That one rolls by Zoli. And it's out of bounds again. So now Zoli will be making the throw in for the Bulldogs. As the sky is completely dark now here at Adrian. As now I have my coat on, and the temperature is starting to drop now.
Definitely is that time of year, and getting close to the point where we can say 'tis the season for sure.
Absolutely, Dakota. It's crazy to think back in August, September when we were starting, I was just wearing my shorts and my short sleeve T-shirt, but now I've got my coat.
Definitely time for the layers to be brought out.
Oh yeah. So now here's Olivia Algren. She will be making her first appearance in this game. She will be coming in to substitute for Grace Halstead. Algren is a sophomore from Garden City, Michigan. She graduated high school from Salem. Now there's the header from Josie Huber. That one's kicked up in the air by Zoli. That one's kicked again by Earl. There's the header from Holman. Now Fosman kicks, and Fosman has done it again, scoring her second goal of the night. It's 3-0 Bulldogs.
I feel like a broken record right now, Forrest. It's that placement, position. Taking another look at it. Kind of struggling right away, coming in forward. But then here comes Fosman, right with the rebound, knowing exactly where she needs to be, putting it exactly where the goalkeeper is not. It's all about that placement and positioning. These Bulldogs, time and time again, showing that it's tried and true, and it's going to continue to keep working.
Well said there, Dakota, and I agree. And I'd say
College goal scorer, her second of the night, number 15, Anna Marie Fosman.
I'd say Fosman is this team's MVP this season. She has guided this team. She has carried the Bulldogs. She had like I mentioned, she had the most goals scored not only for this team, but she led the MIAA league in goals scored with 11 in the regular season.
There's definitely a reason that we have been saying her name so much this evening. Just the crucialness of this player just really drives the momentum of this team.
And we also just received word that Leah Holman made the assist. As Brianna Akins is back into this game, substituting for Dalzacchio, here comes Abby O'Connell for the Britons, substituting for Ella Jeske.
Now, going into these final 30 minutes, I think this is a very crucial time when Albion really needs to start focusing on coverage of players. The reason that the placement is working so well for the Bulldogs is because you find so many yellow shirts off on their own without another white shirt to accompany them, not giving that pressure and allowing for opportunities like the one we just said, right here with this open pass, now driving it down the left side of the field.
So now here's Kelsey Zoli making the pass to Leah Holman. Holman kicking it to Elise Fries. And Fosman again passing it back to Leah Holman. Holman being guarded by Algren, kicking it around her now. That one's going to roll all the way to the hill. But Holbein will kick it back into play. She'll actually pass it to Algren. No, excuse me, that's Brooke McNabb that she passed it to. Now here's Gorno. Gorno and Irwin led the Britons in the regular season, scoring. What is going on?
The Bulldogs and many fans contesting that should have been in possession of Adrian when it went out of bounds. The defense specifically let it go out so that way they could send it the other way.
There's Kelsey Zoli. Kicks it to Anderson. Now here's Fosman. And it's going to go out of bounds.
Here's where the sideline play is really going to come in handy for Albion. This is where they need to start taking advantage and making opportunities. If they can keep driving it down this right side and getting these opportunities like they just had, they just have to capitalize on them. They don't finish out when they need to.
Yeah, I agree with that, Dakota. Yeah, just because the Bulldogs are ahead, that doesn't mean that Albion does not have a chance because they still do. Look at the time. It's 27-29 left in the second half. They still have the opportunity to recover and learn from what happened in the first half and what's been going on in every second in this half. They can take the chances that they'll get, the opportunities that they see to get on the board and to possibly turn things around. But the winner of this game will move on to the semifinals to take on Calvin University, which like we mentioned earlier, that one could be a challenge as Calvin in the regular season went 12-2. So Bergeron makes the kick. Now Fosman stopping the ball. Now passing it to Zoli. That one goes by Akins. That was kicked away from Holman by Fabrizio. As Algren makes it go out of play. And something that I just realized, too, also no matter what the outcome is for the Bulldogs, that this will be their last game of the season here at Docking Stadium.
Well, like you said, no matter the outcome, this team has put on a great performance, showing that their pride and their strategy will never die down no matter the situation.
No, I mean, this team has worked so hard all year. Kronwetter and Dortchen have guided them to this point. Because I believe last year and the year before that they lost in the quarterfinal round. 2 years in a row. 2022 and 2023. Now here's Leah Holman. That one's kicked away from her by O'Connell. Now here's Gorno kicking it around Huber, and a nice header from Anderson. Here comes Elise Fries making the kick up in the air. Fries still has the ball. Now makes the pass to Alana Earl. Earl scored the second goal back in the first half, which was assisted by Kelsey Zoli. So Earl and Holman were both tied in second for goals scored for the Bulldogs in the regular season. They both had 4. So they're both tied in second under Fosman. And it looks like in a few moments the Britons will be getting a substitute. I see number 16, Belle Beeman. She's ready whenever Ron Rainey wants to send her out. Now it's kicked by Earl. Goal! Alana Earl scoring her second. It's 4-0 Bulldogs. Let Bruiser paw print that one on the board. Let's take a look at that one again, Dakota.
The corners definitely seem to be a place to be. Over there on the far right corner of that goal box, reaching all the way out there, just powerhousing it back into the net. It's something you love to see every single time.
Absolutely, Dakota. So, yeah, the Bulldogs have a big advantage here. And like I was mentioning before about the not getting comfortable thing, that's an example of the Bulldogs showing that they will not get comfortable. They will keep pulling ahead. They will not quit. But neither will the Britons.
The Adrian College goal scorer, goal number 2 for number 5, Alana Earl.
Something you'll see a lot from teams in this kind of situation, up 4-0. A lot of the mindset that gets brought on by not only the coaching staff but the players as well is just kind of parking the bus, putting something right in front of the goal, really heavily prioritizing defense, not letting anything get past, and really just kind of holding on to the situation they have. But as you can see, the Bulldogs are just continuously striving forward, trying to extend the lead as much as they can.
Yeah, absolutely, Dakota. And those getting those insurance points are so important. That one gets by Fabrizio, and it's going to be picked up by Holbein. She'll put it back into play. There's the play by O'Connell. Now Zoli trying to maneuver around Algren. Now it's going to go back out of play. Zoli's going to hand it to Algren. She'll make the throw in for the Britons. Now Elise Fries. That was an awesome header right there, Dakota.
Well, you just have to be willing to put everything on the line in a situation, especially coming into your own territory as a defensive player. It's really mind over matter, not taking mind to anything that might be coming your way.
Now here's Anderson, who's being guarded by Campbell. Makes line drive kick. Here comes Fosman. But the Britons were closing, as Fabrizio is really closing the gap on her. So now Zoli will be coming out of this game. She will be substituted by number 3, Zoe Greenbaum. Greenbaum is a junior from Toledo, Ohio. Fun fact, that is the same city where I was born 21 years ago. So now here comes the throw in from the Britons, and there's the kick by Gorno. Lana Earl makes the kick. Now here comes Revels. Revels will have an easy play on that one.
Getting ready, motioning her defense forward. She's going to be sending this one far.
That one's kicked high up in the air by Revels. Now bounces by Greenbaum. So Erica Fisher makes the play. Now here's Akins for the Britons, as Fisher refused to have it taken from her. But now she'll have to throw it in.
Try as you might, these Britons are not letting down. They still see the 20 on that clock. And until that 20 is gone, they're still here on this field, and they're going to make a name for themselves one way or another.
Yeah, they definitely seem like they still want to make the most of their time here. So now here, Fosman again going around Algren. Now going around Fabrizio, who stumbles but gets back up. Fosman again has a chance. It's kicked. And that one was close, Dakota. That one was so close.
Getting knocked down from the crossbar. Another great example of the Britons' defense just getting in the way of the ball and the offense, really staying goal side.
As Algren makes the kick. Anderson with a nice header, and that one was headed by Campbell. There's a line drive kick by O'Connell. Bergeron now passing it to Akins. Akins stumbles. She gets back up. As we have now just like that, we have less than 19 minutes left, 18:44 to be exact. But I'll tell you what, Dakota, time definitely flies when you're having a good time calling a classic game like this.
This has been an incredible experience for us, and what a great game to be watching. It's a great matchup between these two teams. Never mind the score. Both Adrian and Albion putting forth their best effort. Everything on the line. This is do or die.
So now here's Fosman, finds the opening, but the Britons take it. And I believe this is the first game that you and I have been paired up to call together.
That is right. After 3 years almost of working together, we finally get to share the mic for the first time.
And we're going to cut to a commercial break, but we will be right back after these messages. are back as the Bulldogs have a 4-0 lead as there seemed to be a slight injury on the field for the moment, but everything looks like it seems to be okay. But we are back into action as the Britons made a great effort on that play, getting it towards the goal area, but Revels was able to close the gap and stop it from coming in. As Revels makes the kick. Now Zoe Greenbaum. Now Bree Akins trying to keep it in play, being guarded by Green. So now Earl and Green trying to get to it. So yeah, the Bulldogs in the first half scored 2 goals. In the second half so far, they have second, which makes it 4 total. 2 from Fosman and 2 from Earl. So now Fosman has the ball again, trying to go around Algren. That one goes around Sam DeKunik. Bergeron with the kick. That one goes over Halstead. As Josie Huber took a tumble there for a moment, but she gets up.
Yeah, definitely getting the body coming in from the Britain defense, sending her to the ground. Just, again, one of those things where you really have to be able to level the amount of aggression that you're sending into this game. It's all about aggression and perseverance, but you just also have to, again, be aware of your surroundings.
So now the Britons. So here's Erica Fisher. Will make the throw-in after Mia Crawford and Ella Jeske will check in back into this game. And Olivia Algren and Kelsey Green will make their way toward the sidelines. Now here's the throw-in. And the Britons had it, and it's kicked by DeKunik. Huber now with the kick. Fosman now guarding Halstead. Now Irwin has it, passing it to Fabrizio. As you could also see some of the fans in the bleachers wearing some Halloween costumes.
Well, with that famous 31st day of October just being Thursday this past week, it's been a very big theme around campus, whether it be at Ritchie Marketplace or even in classes at different sporting events. Everyone's been showing their holiday cheer as we kind of get into that season with our most favorite holidays.
But I wouldn't be surprised by next week if people we're getting excited for Christmas, even though we haven't had Thanksgiving yet.
Oh, I know I am. Me and some friends have already put up our Christmas tree in our house. That was a very special occasion we like to do.
Yeah, my family and I, we usually get ours up but before Thanksgiving, if not during Thanksgiving break. Fosman makes the pass to Pernia, bounces in front of Anderson and Irwin. Now Halstead. And it's going to roll out of bounds. Anderson about to make a throw-in. But it looks like Elise Johnson will be coming back into this game in just a moment. Nathan Cronwetter has a quick conversation with her. And here she comes. Johnson taking over for Akins. So now Anderson can make her throw-in. So now Huber has it. Huber now kicks it to Greenbaum. Now here's Fosman. She'll have to pass it to Anderson. As Irwin did, that was an awesome job she did guarding Fosman, trying to prevent her from kicking the ball forward past the midfield.
I'd say a big goal for this Britain defense is really going to be not targeting, that might not be the best term to use, but really focusing on Fosman, being such a crucial player for the Bulldogs. Seeing her twice now this game, getting the ball in the back of the net, it's just a key player as a defense player to be looking out for.
So now here comes Irwin. But some of the Bulldogs, that was Anderson, DeKunik, and Bergeron, were all guarding O'Connell, closing the gap. So now Bergeron will make the kick, putting the ball back into play for the Bulldogs. Making sure she has the momentum she needs. And there's the kick. Who's going to get it? It's going to be Greenbaum making contact with it first before passing it to Fosman, who goes through between Irwin and Halstead. As Fosman seemed to really be aware of her surroundings to get through between O'Connell and Halstead. And she did it quick, too, just like that, Dakota.
Well, with being one of those forward strikers, it's just, again, that's kind of spatial awareness is really important, especially when it's communicating with other players, moving it around, and eventually getting into that goalie box.
You also got to have that peripheral vision. Am I saying that word correctly?
Peripheral vision, yeah.
Peripheral vision.
You
Thank
got
you,
it,
Dakota.
You got it. Yeah, a lot of these players come in almost wearing those horse blinders, but yeah, like you said, it's really important having that spatial awareness, using all of your eyesight that you can into the last minute detail.
So here's Josie Huber, who stumbles a little on making the kick, but she gets back up. Looks like she's okay. So now here's one of the captains, Tegan Bergeron, who will make the kick. She'll pass it to her co-captain, Sydney Anderson. So now Homan, that one gets to Fosman. But the Britons, again, showing just how good their defense can be. So now here comes Carly Chamberlain. She'll be substituting for Alana Earl. And looks like we're getting a new goalkeeper for the Britons. Alex Hayes will come in and take over for Holbein. Hayes is a senior from Waterville, Michigan. Now Huber now makes the pass to DeKunik. Bergeron with a smart play, getting it to her goalkeeper. Holman went for the header, but it went over her. And Crawford, who kicks it. Now Chamberlain, who's making her first appearance in this game. Now here's Elise Johnson, who makes the kick. And that one goes past Hayes. And Hayes kicks it back into play, passing it to McNabb. And it looks like we could be getting, or excuse me, there's the catch from Hayes. As I was saying earlier, it looks like we might be getting another substitute pretty soon for the Bulldogs. Number 33, Angie Toma, the freshman from Oakland, Michigan. Her previous school was Stony Creek High School. That one goes past Anderson, DeKunik, and Gorno. And watch out. That one almost landed in the front row of the bleachers. Now here comes Toma. She will sub in for Fosman. And Olivia Buckwitz will come in and take over for number 19, Gorno. So now Elajeski. And that play will go ahead, Dakota.
A little bit of a confrontation right there between a player from each team. Seems like maybe a few final words were passed along right before walking away, but thankfully both sides of the field have maintained a very sportsman-like conduct throughout this entire matchup.
So here's Gabby Revels, who has done an excellent job as the goalkeeper for the Bulldogs. Kicks it high in the air, but the Britons make contact with it first. And there's the kick from McNabb. So here's Hayes making the pass to Crawford. No, excuse me, that's Abby Tripoli, the senior from Troy, Michigan. Tripoli is making her first appearance in this game. Anderson now makes the throw in, and that one's taken away from Holman by Crawford. Yeah, Crawford has played some excellent defense tonight for the Britons, and that kick, taking it from Holman, was the perfect example of that.
Yeah, definitely showing a lot of just great pressure, always trying to keep her person guarded. That's something I kind of talked of later, is leaving a lot of the yellow shirts wide open for opportunities, but thankfully, it seems as if maybe a bit too late, but the Britons are starting to make a bit of a change to that.
So now here's Angie Toma now trying to play some defense for the Bulldogs. So now Buckwitz will hand it to Tripoli. Now here's Greenbaum coming to get it, passing it to Angie Toma. Toma makes the pass to Huber. And that one goes past Toma, out of bounds. Anderson with the throw in. Now Greenbaum. Greenbaum kicking it around Tripoli, keeping it just keeping it from going out of bounds. Now that one goes over Toma. Now O'Connell with the footwork. Now here's the throw-in from Tripoli. The kick from O'Connell. Here comes DeKunik. And Revels will have to think quick. But she gets it around Crawford, and it goes out of bounds.
That's another example how I talked about earlier. Adrian really kind of taking too much time in high tense situations. Revels got very lucky that she was able to get it over to her left side to her defense. If she hadn't had that help, it could have been very bad. I was expecting a very, very swift one-and-done deal to what should have been Bruiser's forehead out at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, absolutely. And Dakota, and like what you said too, it's like what you mentioned earlier about the self-awareness and the facial awareness that you got to have. I mean, the way I see it is, if you see an opportunity, if you see a chance, don't overthink it. Just be there and go for it and make the play that you need.
Absolutely. And speaking from experience, on that defense, there's a lot of opportunity to constantly overthink and overanalyze as well, just different situations. You think of so many different possibilities that could come from it when all you need to do is find one, select it, and just hammer for it.
There's a good kick from Bergeron. Now here's Angie Toma trying to get to it, but the Britons. Now here's Toma again. That one's going to go out of bounds. And also Mackenzie Alberts, another one of our seniors. She's making her first appearance. And Greenbaum, that one's taken away from her by Crawford. So now here comes Jeske. Yeah, Jeske was moving so fast.
The Britons have definitely have their fair share of swiftness on their offense, especially with their forward strikers, making sure that they know exactly when and how to get forward. It's also really important for them once the ball gets past the line of the defense, getting goal side is, again, so important, getting that clear shot where it's really just you and the keeper in between the goal.
And Josie Huber seems like she's done for the night as she'll be substituted by Cassidy Seaton, the sophomore from Port Huron, Michigan. So now here's Alberts getting her first chance to make contact with the ball. Now here's Elise Johnson kicking it around Jeske. Now here's Chamberlain passing it to Perney. As the clock is ticking, and just for the sake of time, it seems like this is going to be a victory for the Bulldogs, unless a miracle happens.
Well,
for the Britons.
It definitely would take a miracle at this point for the Britons, but all the same, the drive and just the focus on this game has been incredible. It's notable for each team, and I think everybody on that field, sideline or on the actual pitch, should be proud of the performance that they put on today.
Absolutely, Dakota. Everyone should be proud of their hard work. These are both really dedicated teams. They've worked hard all season. Consistent defense, consistent plays, and helping each other out too, and being there for each other and being a friend to everyone too.
Absolutely. With being such a team-driven sport, it's really hard not to have that aspect. If you're not going to have that aspect, you're not going to survive out on that pitch.
No, definitely not. It's all about hard work and having a positive attitude and never giving up. Now it's going to go out of bounds. And it looks like this could be Anderson's last throw-in of the night. Now Zoe Greenbaum having to go around Irwin and Fisher.
Final minute of regulation.
And Dakota, we are in the final minute of this second half.
And unfortunately, a majority of this final minute is going to be worn down from an extra ball being on the field.
For those of you watching at home, we want to thank you very much for listening and watching our broadcast here on ACTV. As we have had a hard-working crew with us tonight. 15 seconds on the clock as Angie Toma making good footwork.
10,
Toma making another kick.
7, 6,
And this is going to do it. Greenbaum to Anderson. Makes the kick. And that's it. The Bulldogs win it. The Adrian College Bulldogs win 4-0. And they are moving on to face Calvin University in the MIAA semifinals. As Anna Marie Fosman and Alana Earl carried this team, they both scored 2 goals each. What a game this has been, Dakota. It's been an honor to call it with you. And what was it that stood out to you during the most?
First and foremost, like I've said, the drive and intensity from both of these teams, so notable, so just encouraged to see, and a great performance. from the Bulldogs. Great persistence. They started off a little shaky on the offensive side, but as they moved forward, they persisted and they kept increasing their skills out there, making space, making opportunities, which kept getting capitalized on. The Britons had great opportunities, couldn't capitalize on all of them, but nonetheless, the drive is what kept them going forward. Like I said earlier, they did not wait until the very last second when that scoreboard said 0-0-0-0. They finally let down and they accepted it, but they did not accept until that very end. Such a great job from both of these teams. I'm really looking forward to see how our Bulldogs do in the semifinals.
Absolutely, Dakota. It's going to be a very interesting game against Calvin University, because the last time they faced Calvin, remember, the Bulldogs, they lost 3-0, I believe. But yeah, the Bulldogs, they did not get comfortable. They kept pulling ahead when they could, trying everything they could to cling on, but also make that extension. But my respect also goes to the Britons for the great defense they showed, definitely from Mia Crawford and Erica Fisher and Grace Halstead, and they've made great efforts, but in the end, it's the Adrian College Bulldogs who reign supreme. Yeah, and let Bruiser paw print this one on the victory, and also cue the music. And Dakota, it has definitely been an honor to call this game with you as well. And for those of you watching at home, thank you very much for watching. We hope you enjoyed our broadcast here on ACTV. We have had an outstanding, hard-working crew with us tonight in Dakota. What a day it has been. We also worked because I did top cam for the football game earlier. The boys they won that game against Kalamazoo earlier, and the Adrian College women's soccer team beat the Albion Britons 4-0, and they're moving on to the semifinals. So after losing in the quarterfinals 2 years in a row, the third time is definitely the charm.
It's a great accomplishment to see, especially with so many programs on Adrian College's campus just developing themselves in great ways, moving on. Our men's soccer team also doing a fantastic job. All of our coaching staff here should be so proud of the work they've done and the hard work and commitment they've put in. It's just so great to see as a student.
Yeah, absolutely, Dakota. It's been a great night tonight, and what a way to end it too. And for those of you watching again, thank you very much, and we hope you have a great rest of your weekend from Josiah Durrell and Blake Weidman, Dylan Knighton, Dakota Schneider. I am Forrest Renier from Adrian College Television, and your final score: Adrian College 4 and Albion College 0. From Docking Stadium, go in love and peace.